Hey guys, Joe here again today, and today I'm going to do a little something different. This is not a food review, this is not a knife review, this is not a hot deal. This is technically not even a review, more like an overview and a little bit of a story. This is, I'm going to show you one of my 5 handguns that I have. And then I'm going to tell you a little story about how I got it, when I got it, and take you around a little bit. Now, first I want to say is that I am not an authority on guns. Years ago, when I first started getting into buying some handguns, I used to read up on about it, and it's pre-internet days. I mean, you had to, in order to find out about it, you had to ask, you had to go to the stores, you had to read magazines, and I did all that. Excuse me, and so, take you back, this is like the early 90s. Well, first of all, one of the most popular guns on TV, on the movies, I guess you could say, was a Beretta 92FS. Now, as soon as I saw that gun, I fell in love. I was like, I gotta have that gun. And one of the movies I did see it on, and it's a very popular movie now, we know it's very old, is Lethal Weapon, the very first one, which I think Mel Gibson carries that gun in either all the movies or at least some of the movies. But anyway, it's at the time it was a very popular gun. It was in a lot of different movies, and when I first laid eyes on it, I said, when I start buying guns, I'm gonna buy that gun. And sure enough, I know maybe whether it was silly enough a reason, that's not the reason why I got into guns. I mean, when I was little, my father used to go hunting a lot. And I never was into hunting. As you see in some of my videos that I'm showing you about knife skinners and stuff like that, I tell you flat out that I do not hunt. I don't like hurting animals. Yes, I am not a vegetarian, unfortunately. I do eat meat, but I do not kill the meat that I eat. I will not go out and do that. So back to the story. So when I was able to get a gun, now I'm from Jersey, and in Jersey it's very tough to get a gun. But you know what? Before I start into more of my story, let me take it out for you. At least you get to see it while I'm talking. Now, unfortunately, I have my gun has full clips right now, so I'll just put one in and then take it out. Let's keep the safety on. I won't cock it or nothing, but I don't think I'll lean it on this while I tell a little bit more about it, and then I'll show you around the gun, and then we'll wrap it up. So as I was saying, I liked this gun because of a movie. I wind up around the time I was looking in to get it. Like I said, in Jersey, it's very tough to get a permit for a license, and it's extremely tough to get a permit to carry. I do not have a permit to carry. At the time, I owned my own business, and I wanted to get this gun. And there was some, just like, kind of like deja vu today, that what's going on with in Baltimore with the riots. There was a shooting in my town where a boy got shot by a police officer, and I believe that if I remember correctly, the history, the police officer was white, and the young boy was African American, and he said that the young boy turned on him with a weapon. But as the evidence showed, that he was shot in the back. So I don't remember the full details. If I remember my history correctly, the police officer was suspended with pay. But anyway, the reason why that ties into this is just by chance, I just by then happened to try to get a permit. I had all the documentation filled out, I had everything all done, and it was taking forever. I mean, it was months and months. I mean, I'm sure that if it wasn't during a bad time like that, I'm sure it would have been a heck of a lot easier. But it was taking forever. And then I remember even asking the guy, he goes, the police chief wants to speak to you. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, how long, when can I go see him now? And he goes, well, you got to catch him between vacations. I was like, oh God, I'm never going to be going shooting. Because I only really wanted to get the gun, not for protection or anything like that. I wanted to go target shooting. I didn't want to shoot, animals or anything like that. I just wanted to go target shooting. And even I had friends at the time that were police officers, and they said, make sure you say you don't want it for protection, because with things going on right now, they're probably not going to get it. So I told them, I said, well, that's fine, because I really do, protection is a plus. I said, but I really want to go target shooting. So I finally met up with the police chief, and he basically just wanted me to come in the office to see him, because he wanted me to reassure him that I was not buying the gun for the wrong reasons. Like, I wasn't buying it because of the riots that were going on, and because what was happening in my town, the people in the town were destroying the business windows and stuff like that in anger about the shooting and about the cop getting, I guess at the time, getting let off, just with a slap on the wrist. So anyway, I wound up finally getting approved for the gun, and this was my first gun. The very first gun I ever took a shot out of is this one. This is a Beretta 92FS. It's a 9mm gun. If I remember my stats correctly, it holds 15 bullets in the clip. And they changed that law since then. I believe it's now down to 12. Now, I knew much more about guns back in the day than I do now. I'm going to be totally honest. I could strip the gun, clean it, whatever. I could almost, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I could pretty much do it with my eyes closed. That's how much I was so into it. I read all the magazines. I knew everything there is to know. But it's been a long time since then. Now, I've bought other guns since then, but I'm going to tell you what they are. If this video is popular and people watch it, maybe I'll do more series on the other guns and stories behind them. But I know. Excuse me. Yeah, so I got this, and I went target shooting and stuff like that. But I want to say again, if you are into guns, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are online and know about guns and stuff like that. You could look up guns and read videos of, watch videos of people, but there is one person I do want to recommend, and I have recommended this gentleman before, and I'll put my video in the upper corner of my top 10 YouTubers, and he's on it as one of them. His name is Hickok45. I'm telling you, that gentleman, just from watching his videos, he's probably forgotten more stuff than I'll ever know. And I'm going to say that's probably even when I was in my so-called, can I get in there, so-called prime of knowing about guns, because this gentleman is just incredible. So I'll put a link in the upper corner for you to check him out. And you really should check out my that video on my top 10 reviewers or YouTube channels. Some really good people on there. I know I'm a little on the knife heavy on that top 10, and I do plan on doing an updated, like the next 10 or the next 5, but you should definitely check it out. So yeah, I got this, went shooting, love it. This is a very powerful gun. It's not the most powerful gun I own, and let me see if I can, I'll be honest, because it was, it was focusing, because it was going to be in video today, I kind of wiped it down a little bit, otherwise it wasn't in really great shape. I'm going to put the stats on either on the screen, or I'll put them in the comments, but I just wanted to show you around it. And sorry for the intermission, guys. So I figured I'd finish the video something like this. I'll just take some shots and some pictures and just show you some different angles of the gun. Here it is on the side, and then now this next picture, I have it leaning against a lantern. Here it is, another picture on the table from the left side. Here's another picture on the table on the right side. Now I'm left-handed, but I'm showing you the gun in my right hand. And here's the back of the gun. Here's one of the clips. And then here it is in my left hand. So just wanted to show it to you, tell you about my first gun. And like I said, if this video does well and generates some interest, maybe I'll do videos on my other handguns and the stories behind them as well. So this is it. That's the 92FS by Beretta. Great company, great gun. I love their products. And if I was rich, I'd probably
even though I probably wouldn't use them all, I'd probably have hundreds of their product. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you liked the video.